Good day. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to the channel. My name is Zach, and today I want to talk about what I am discovering to be the king of fitness and goal setting and achievements. And it's just, all these diet programs they sell and all these fitness programs they sell. For one, they always have some unrealistic, like 6 weeks to a flat stomach, or, even P90X, which is an awesome workout routine. I mean, you're going to be ripped in 90 days. It's unlikely if you don't stick with it. So what I'm realizing, and I'm realizing it because I've been on I joined a Miles for Memories group on Facebook. It's just a fundraiser for Alzheimer's that my grandmother passed away from many years ago, and helping me realize setting some big goals. Like I set a goal to walk. This challenge is between Memorial Day and Labor Day, so it's 100 days, and I set a goal to walk 1,000 miles in that time. It's a very lofty goal, but one of the biggest losses in life is to set your goals low and achieve them. Set your goals high and miss is better than achieving a lower goal. And I'm not going to change my goal. So with that goal, I got to walk 10 miles a day, and it's been tough. I'm over the 10 miles a day for this week. It's Friday, so I was just about to head out, and I was like, man, I haven't went live in a minute. So I was like, let me just talk about how I'm getting up every day and just doing it. For one, I don't think about walking 10 miles. I think about getting your ass out the door and walk around the block. I know one sure way to not get to the finish line is to not get to the starting line. Oh, Angel Dust, how did I know that was you? Thank you, brother. Have a blessed weekend as well. So I'm talking about the consistency and them just maintaining. I want to say discipline, but really it's not even discipline. Discipline will get you there. You can train yourself to be disciplined, and you can push the discipline in your life. And a lot of people achieve success through discipline in the short term, especially. And some can in the long term. You watch like David Goggins and some of these other Navy SEAL YouTube channels, and it's like, okay, I might have been a paratrooper, but I was no damn Navy SEAL. But what I know I can do, and I'm about to do it right now, is just get up and get out of the door. And that is the first thing. It's like, okay, Zach, you got to walk 10 miles. It's almost 3 p.m. and you haven't even moved yet. I woke up late. I had breakfast at lunchtime, and so I skipped breakfast. And that's another thing with the diet. Any diet works in the short term. You could buy this 6 weeks to lose belly fat diet, and you do it, and it's tough, and you use your short term discipline to stick through it, and you lose 10 pounds, and then that's it. You don't stick to it. You're not in it for the long term. So something I thought about yesterday on my 10.9 mile walk. There's a certain lifestyle you need to maintain to sustain your goal, whatever it may be. Mine is my fitness goal right now. We can talk about financial goals and just relationship goals, but right now it's fitness goals. And I get up every day and I say, okay, if I walk 9.9 miles a day, that's a loss. If I walk 10 miles, that's even. If I walk 10.1, it's a win, because I'm trying to walk 1,000 miles in 100 days. And I've fallen short. I'm behind probably by 40 or 50 miles already, and it's only been 3 weeks. But the point is, with the walking, it's taught me about my diet as well. Like, if I realize 9.9 is a loss and 10.1 is a win, and that's true, right, for my 100-day challenge, then why wouldn't your daily diet and fitness and exercise and whatever it is you're doing to get fit in life, that's all you need. You don't need to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. I started the channel. I said I'm gonna lose 100 pounds in 2 years, and it's becoming pretty obvious that's not going to happen. It still could. I got 6 months left in the year, but I mean, I started at the beginning of last year, and I lost 30 pounds last year, and I gained 15 back, and I'm working my way back down. And I haven't weighed myself in a few days, but I'm feeling good. I'm eating much less. I still am trying to overcome the late night eating, and that's the consistency that I'm talking about. It's like there's something you need to do every day, whatever your diet is, that I want to weigh like 170 pounds, 180 pounds. And there's no short term. The quickest way to lose weight in the short term is obviously fasting. I've fasted for up to 24 days with zero food and lost tons of weight. And obviously, you can't do that long term. And it's healthy and it's great for you. But my point is, there's something you need to do every day to maintain a 170, 180 pound body. And that is, eating healthy and eating less frequently and not eating late and also exercising. And I truly believe like walking, jogging, and just calisthenic type workouts, yoga, all that stuff is the best. Good afternoon, the prancing cat. So awesome to see you checking in. I don't see a check in very often, and I love it when you are there. Guys, I just had 12 days off of work. This is my last day. I spent a week in the Boundary Waters, just relaxing and fishing and cooking out in the woods and setting up camp. Went through a couple pretty nice storms up there. Me and my friend were on this tiny little island. I mean, it couldn't have been 100 yards across. Yeah, I mean, you can canoe around it just easily. And there's just one little campsite in the middle of this big lake, Seagull Lake, up in the Boundary Waters. And, that's just a part of the happiness and joy of my life and the relaxation. And doing things like that really helps me come back to the real world and realize, hey, life is good. God is good. Take a deep breath and relax. You're really not as hungry, like talking about diet now. It's like you're not as hungry as your mind is making you believe. It's a survival mechanism that you got and put in a desire for us to eat so that we wouldn't just starve to death. You got to want to eat. But then the food industry has added these food ingredients and palatable foods and sweeteners and especially sugar and refined flours and refined oils are all so bad. So it's been pretty easy for me to stay away from things like that. But like last night, right before bed, I ate 3 bananas. I ate healthy food, but it's just not healthy to eat it at that time. So it's like, be consistent. I know I'm going to lose some more weight here this summer. I'm feeling great, especially all these miles walking. If I can pop out the door right now and get 5 miles in, come back, sometimes I'll just drink some water and have a small snack, even maybe like a 4-ounce ribeye steak, just refuel my body, get the water in me and head back out the door like in an hour and then do another 5 miles, something like that. It's been my pretty normal daily routine lately. Talking about just getting some extra miles in. I mean, of course, the GPS watch or some kind of fitness tracker, step tracker, whatever. The 10 miles a day is right around 20,000 steps. So let's say I run to the store. Let's say I run to the gas station, get some gas. I come back. I just need to fill up or whatever. When I get out of the car, and I'm usually in my shorts and t-shirt, tank top, running shoes. Just because you're always ready to just pop out a mile or something. So like yesterday I ran to the grocery store. I can't remember what I did. I went and did something and I came back and I just walked around the neighborhood. It's 3/4 of a mile. And so, it takes like 10 minutes or whatever. Do a little walk, jog, walk a block, jog a block, which I've been doing a lot more of the walk jogging just to save time because it is quite time consuming to walk 10 miles a day. It's averaging me about 3 hours. And that's another point though. You're like, oh, that's ridiculous, Zach. There's no way I have 3 hours a day. It's like, you don't have time to not walk 10 miles a day. Like, make it fit. The other things don't fit, especially like, drinking, smoking cigarettes, doing drugs, being on social media, watching TV. I don't even have a TV. I don't even have cable. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I barely ever drink. I don't do drugs. You got time if you eliminate the negative things in your life. It's like, oh, I'm at work this many hours, or I'm a soccer mom, and you could be walking around that soccer field during the whole game, just stepping it out. You got your tracker on, and you're just, which by the way, I'm counting the 10 miles a day. I'm counting everything I do. Walking around the house all day might be a half a mile, or like a 1/4 mile or something, and I'm just counting it because I want this one big number to go for every day. So as soon as I wake up in the morning, I throw my fitness watch on, which is hilarious. I took it off last night to shower. And I've been walking with my shirt off, or at least the tank top where the sun is just like a white band around my wrist. So getting a little sun, I think, is good for you too. But man, it can be taxing on your body at times. So you just work it in. especially if you go the whole 10 miles at once, just being out in the hot sun for 3 hours straight. But the point of this video, the king of fitness, the king of goal achieving, is consistency. And I made a short last week talking about, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1,000 step, or begins with a single step. And I didn't even mention it that I had set a goal to walk 1,000 miles. And when you think about walking 1,000 miles, it's extremely overwhelming. And, when you look past just moving, you don't even know if you're going to be to that point in your life. But can you take a step right now? I was walking around last night and I was getting tired, and I was like, I don't like to look at my watch to see where I'm at, because especially if I know I have a few miles to go. I'll do a little loop around the neighborhood this way, and a loop around the park that way, a loop around the lake that way. And I was hearing David Goggins. If you don't know who that is, he's just a super motivated former Navy SEAL, kind of motivational speaker type dude, world record pull-up holder at one point, and stuff like that. Just ultra marathon runner, ultra super long ultra runs. Was a big dude. I wouldn't be such a big fan of him because he's about, I'm just going to guess, say 5'11", 160 pounds or something like that. He's just ripped, which there's a lot of guys on YouTube like that. But they were never 300 pounds, 315 pounds like I was. And it's hard to be motivated by a guy that never had to overcome the obstacles I'm trying to overcome. But he was 300 pounds before he was a Navy SEAL, and before he was even in the military. And he went to he went to the recruiter, and he had to lose like a crazy amount of weight in a super short time, like 3 months or something. He had to lose like 90 pounds in 3 months, and he did it. And then he gained it all back as muscle, and then he got out of the military, and he got all shredded back again. But the sidetrack there is the consistency of just getting up and moving. Like, what's the thing I need to do as soon as I hit end stream on this video is throw my socks and shoes on, throw a shirt on, and head out the door. I don't have to look forward to, man, it's going to kind of suck to walk 10 miles. Although I'll admit it, to me, it kind of sucks to not walk 10 miles. It kind of sucks to be a quitter and somebody that just sets a goal and then says, I give up. That sucks too. That sucks more, and I'm attempting to, something I'm hoping to convey is to never give up, keep setting goals. Like I've talked about it before, my fitness, I seem to be able to stay consistent over being consistent with my diet. Although the last 2 times I went to the grocery store over the last like 10 days, I have not bought anything except steak, chicken, fruit, berries, eggs, butter. I could almost go on like a meat, eggs, butter. And I say butter because frying things in oil, even frying things in olive oil, is not healthy, because olive oil has such a low flash point. It actually becomes toxic at like a low temperature, and it's like less than 400 degrees, and it's already turning into a toxic substance, which I never knew. Butter's good to go. So you can fry your eggs in butter. You can, I flash fry my steaks. I buy the thin cut ribeyes and cook them in the air fryer for like 4 or 5 minutes, so they're done. Some pink Himalayan sea salt. Point of that is diet's clean. The timing, I just got to get right. And the breakfast, I've been doing great as far as not eating right away when I wake up. I usually drink some water, have some coffee or tea, work out if I want to. Today I didn't. Slept in a little late. Had my breakfast at like 11 or 12. I didn't pay attention what time it was. I think it was, right in between 11 and 12. And so now it's 3 o'clock. I haven't had anything to eat since. I feel fine. You feel good. It's like, I'm going to drink some water here, and I'm going to head out the door. It's looking pretty sunny out there, so we'll see how jacked and tan I can get. I really believe walking, especially if you're a fitness enthusiast already and you're lifting weights and you're eating right, that those long walks can really bring you to the next level of fitness, because it's just easy. David Goggins talks about like level 2, just all day. The whatever level 2 is for you, so a pace at which you can just go all day. And for me, all day is a 10-mile walk. Yesterday was 10.9. That was my biggest day in 3 weeks, and we'll see what I do today. But just maintaining that consistency is key for me right now. So tomorrow I'm back to work, but thankfully my job is extremely walking around, and then I'm free to just My coworkers, they do their walking around lap and then they go sit down, where I can just walk around and then not go sit down and just walk around again and just keep doing my rounds of what I'm supposed to be doing. I just do it more times, just do it over and over and over. So a little bit of an advantage there as far as getting miles in while I'm working. It's a 12-hour shift. It sounds like there's no way you could walk 10 miles while you're at work. It's like, for me, it's super easy. That's only, it's less than a mile an hour. I can wander around. And yeah, I have to sit down and do paperwork, and I have to stand around and take various tests, but take samples and test these samples and stuff. But for the majority of the 12 hours, like let's just say 8 hours of the 12 hours, I am or can be walking and moving my body. So that's a huge advantage. I hope you can take advantage of your situation as well, to just get those extra miles in. Had my birthday a couple of weeks ago. I haven't went live in a minute. Yeah, I turned 52. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I feel wonderful for I know people 52 that look 15 years older than me, and just they're just tired and shot and feel like shit every day. And I just want to say, hey, get your consistency down, and you won't feel tired every day. Don't overeat. Like, it's a great thing about walking 10 miles every day is it sucks to walk that with a big full belly, so just I eat a small breakfast and I wait, and then I go walk and I feel great. The walk jogging, I'm loving it. And guys, I hope you can gain some benefits from watching my channel. If you're new to the channel, thank you. Welcome. Hope you will consider subscribing and joining the channel so I can help push the truth of consistency out there. I watch all these other fitness YouTube channels, and they're selling something, and it's usually bullshit. And it's I know why they're doing it. Is like because they know Americans are dumb as hell, and they'd rather pay $50, $100 for some get fit quick scheme that never works. If any of them worked, I mean, the whole country would be just jacked. What works is consistency. And you don't need to buy any program. Yes, it's in your head. It's all like, even walking the 10 miles, it's really not in my body at all, because my body can easily do it. And the same when you're sitting around procrastinating. Procrastinating is in your head. Go back to the Nike slogan, man. Just do it, man. I can't even talk anymore, guys. I want to just get doing it. And I see this sun beaming. Oh, I might even leave my shirt off. It's embarrassing, and I know the community is like, oh my God, that dude needs to put a shirt on. But you know what? I'm living me. I'm doing me. I'm doing Big Uncle Zach Boo, and I'm gonna keep walking with my shirt off until it isn't shame inducing. Of course, I've overcome that. Just like fear. What it was the saying about like bravery is not being afraid. It's like kind of like faking that you're not afraid. It's like you're just faking that you're not afraid. It's like, yep, that's called bravery. And faking that you want to go walk 10 miles and then just do it. I'm going to get out the door and walk around this little loop. It's 3/4 of a mile. And by the time I even get a quarter of the way, I'm going to be like, you know what, let me just go this way and knock out 2 miles, and I'll finish later. And I'll do that. And let me just go up and down this hill. That's 3/4 of a mile there. And then I'll head back home. And then, I still feel great. Let me walk around the park. I know that's 2.5 miles. And pretty soon I knock out 5, 6, 7 miles at a pop, so, but it's like I said, it's 3:00 and I got to get popping and rocking and knocking this 10 miles out. I'm going to try to start updating you guys. Like I said, I hadn't went live in a minute, and I'm really wanting to show the results of consistency. So guys, Jesus loves you. I love you. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream.